Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto News, the crypto news channel. Today we are going to talk about Vitalik, the co-founder of Ethereum, who is supporting a competing project which is in trouble at the moment. We are also going to talk about lots of other news related to Coinbase. We're going to talk about Solana, FTX. We're also going to talk about NFT, Dogecoin, which could go into proof of stake, and many other topics. So don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any video if you're new. And we're going to go straight to cryptocurrency today. We have a Bitcoin at $16,400 to 1% and Ether also at minus 1%, $1,190 in its entirety. The market is down 0.8%. And let's get straight to the news. So I wanted to talk to you first about Cathie Wood, the well-known investor behind Ark Invest. He's a very tech-focused investor and also crypto. And there he continues to buy Coinbase. So the Coinbase share, the American exchange, which is at its lowest. And Cathie Wood is investing massively, after we remember that they had also invested when the price of Coinbase was very high. So they still have confidence in this crypto. They had sold a little bit for a while, but hey, there always remains invested. So there it is also something that we'll see like investors. We will say tech, or big American hams who continue to have confidence in crypto. So it is rather good news. Now let's talk about Vitalik, the co-founder of Ethereum, who just tweeted something about a crypto that's been struggling lately. And we're going to talk, of course, about Solana. Solana, look, we've been still below $10 for a while, avalanche to even overtake Solana temporarily. Finally, it's back behind. But now Solana is in 17th place in the Uniswap cryptocurrency is worth more than Solana. The Shiba Inu is worth more than Solana. We can mention all the cryptos that are above. It's quite amazing to see that Cardano almost 3 times more, or at least more than twice as much as Solana. Well, here we go after everyone to make up their mind on the subject. But here there are a lot of blockchains that are worth more than Solana. So what did he say, Vitalik? Some smart people tell me there is an earnest smart developer community in Solana, and now that the awful opportunistic money people have been washed out, the chain has a bright future. Hard for me to tell from outside, but I hope the community gets its fair chance to thrive. And so this is a message of encouragement to Solana. That, as I said, since SBF's arrest and FTX's downfall, Solana is in deep trouble. With this tweet, it kind of supports the whole ecosystem of Solana crypto. Is not in the crypto war. He builds on his side. He attacks when people attack. Vitalik, Ripple had done the same at the time. But hey, there is the co-founder of Solana who thanked. I don't have the tweet here anymore. But let's say that it was really greatly appreciated, this message of support from Vitalik. I'll give you my opinion. Competing with Ethereum as a level 1 solution seems like something complicated to me. After we're going to say the best scenario I want to say for that. In the long term, in my opinion, it only commits me. But it would be that Solana becomes a tier 2 solution on the Ethereum network. But there are very few luck, but in theory it's possible. Now let's talk about FTX. US and international users have asked that their name not be revealed by justice. We remind you that there should be a court decision to authorize or not to authorize the publication of the first and last names of the wallets of all the people who had money on FTX. And that poses confidentiality issues. And people are in the process of waking up saying, well, that's not normal. It should not be the case for Celsius. It had happened for other companies. It has not happened, so we are really waiting for this decision from the judge. Let's also talk about the assets that are under the control of the Bahamas of FTX. We have just had the exact figure, and the Bahamas would have more than $3.5 billion in FTX assets. That is to say, honestly, more than what was expected. I did not think they had so much. So the good news is that there are still a lot of crypto assets to be sold to reimburse users. But now I just hope there is not a fight between the US government and the Bahamian government over who will recover the money, how the money is going to be recovered. The simplest, it would be the Supreme Court of the Bahamas, which decides to give the money directly to FTX so that FTX makes the distribution. We will now see how it will evolve over the next few weeks. And also we have SBF, which would have recovered more of $600,000, almost $700,000 after being released, knowing that in fact he is not supposed to spend more than $1,000 without legal authorization. He would have sold a certain number of tokens, would have recovered them from another address for more of $700,000. And now the question is, did he have the right or not to do? That could he be put in prison again will be able to do that. We don't know. We will see how people will react. Because he didn't really spend $600,000. He converted $700,000, so we'll see the interpretation of justice. Now let's talk about Dogecoin and the possible transition to proof of stake of Dogecoin. It's something we've been talking about for a long time, and rumors have intensified lately about an imminent transition to proof of stake of Dogecoin. The foundation said we are going to propose code, and then it is up to the ecosystem to decide whether or not to switch to proof of stake. They just have to follow what happened on the Ethereum network. We actually have the roadmap to deploy to go into proof of stake. The whole roadmap is clearly defined and it would suffice to deploy. But will the developers follow? Will the ecosystem follow? Will miners follow? Because the passage of proof of stake will kill the Dogecoin miners. And they don't necessarily want to disappear on Ethereum. That went rather well because it was in fact a smart contract written since the beginning of the Ethereum network of VA switched to proof of stake in X years. Which in the end it went pretty well. There was no problem. There was the creation of forks there, Ethereum not etc. But hey, it doesn't really have an impact on the Ethereum network. Now let's talk about Binance SCZ, who just announced that you can buy crypto on Binance directly with Apple Pay and Google Play. I checked on my side on the Binance app. It's available, so you can now buy this way without making a transfer. We could already do it by card. It's not a novelty, but it's just a simplification of things more. Let's now also talk about NFT with the latest news of the day around OpenSea. We have an article from the Financial Times on OpenSea and NFTs. In fact, the CEO of OpenSea is trying to distance himself from crypto by saying, yes, currently the NFTs on OpenSea are listed in crypto, i.e. the price is displayed in crypto mainly. But he says we could also spend in dollars. There is no reason that it will not pass in dollars later. People start to buy NFTs directly in dollar. As we have seen with Donald Trump, you can buy them directly with his credit card and without necessarily going through the crypto box. For him too, it's something that will become more and more normal to display an NFT at home or to display NFTs on Instagram. He said it's already things that are done. So for him, the NFTs have a really bright future, and OpenSea is very well positioned to continue to develop. They raised hundreds of millions of dollars before the start of the bear market. They also laid off 20%, I believe, of their workforce a few months ago. So they will hold on financially over time. For me, the biggest risk for OpenSea is competition with other platforms, because they still have very high transaction fees. We are talking about 2.5%. They also continue to impose royalties while other platforms do not. So we really risk having more and more competitors who will go after them on transaction fees and royalties. We will now see how people will react. They are going to choose to stay. Are users going to prefer OpenSea? Or are they going to go to the other alternatives that exist like Magic Eden Sud or other platforms? So here is what I had to say today about the crypto ecosystem. Hope you liked the content. If so, don't hesitate to subscribe, to like, to comment, and I'll tell you tomorrow for the next video.